Hi, good morning to everybody. Today's video is going to be about trying to get a natural sequencing of how the lower half of the body moves within the golf swing. Quite often we see people that are obviously struggling to actually see how the weight transfers throughout the swing. But this is something that we all do quite naturally from a young age when we're actually throwing a ball, skimming stones, things like that. So what we'll do, just to start off the video, I'm just going to actually demonstrate that. So if we give a young 5-6-year-old a ball and ask them to throw it as far as you can, what they'll naturally do quite often is bring it, where it goes back and they'll load onto the right hand side, and then quite often there's like a little step movement as they step and they're pushing off the ground to throw it forward. So whether it be an overarm movement or whether it's going to be like an underarm, we'll tend to do it that we've actually loaded onto the right hand side, and then there's normally like a little step and then throw. So we're pushing off the ground with our right foot, loading it onto our left foot as we then rotate and open the body up to our target of where we want to throw it. So this is something that we think, well, it should be just natural for us to do it with a golf club, okay, to actually generate that power and see how that sequence works. But quite often when we see it with lessons, this isn't natural. Quite often we see people who are struggling and the weight is moving this side, then backwards, because they're trying to lift the ball into the air. So what this little drill does is just take that away, okay? It'll just give us that little bit of an idea of what the natural sequence is of how the body works. So just picking up a club here now, and what I'm going to do is, to start off with, I'm just going to have my feet together, go into my posture position, and if we then make a backswing, okay, so we've made just a small backswing here, I can feel that the weight is now slightly loading onto my right hand side as it would normally in my backswing. But then, to start this motion, I'm going to just take a little step forwards to the width of what my stance would normally be and swing through. What this is doing is it's loading the weight onto the right hand side as we make the backswing, and then as we start down, the first movement that we actually make is the movement with our hips to actually step out, and then everything starts to rotate and bring this down and through. So the more times we do this, the more natural it feels. So we feel as if it's just a backswing, through. Okay, if you have got somewhere to hit balls at home, it's something that you could do. You could actually put a ball in place. So there's just a ball there, just roughly into the centre of what would be your normal stance. Bring your foot across, so everything is, your feet are together. We're now behind the ball here. We make a backswing. I've loaded the right hand side. From there, I swing through, but hit the ball, okay? So this would just give us more of a natural sequencing of the swing and how it works. So just to run through that one more time, feet are together, into our posture position. We make a backswing. So now the weight is loaded onto my right hand side. The first movement I make now is a movement with my foot going out. I've now started here, weight moving forwards, and rotate the body through into my finished position here. Okay, so literally at speed, it just goes back, through. So it's just called step through drill. So something just to help there with your actual natural sequencing of what the lower half of the body does in the golf swing. Hope that helped, and see you all soon. Thanks, bye.